subscribe quick. The Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us. Tomorrow's news today. It's more, yeah.
I love it. I love it. Good morning, sir.
News like there's a killer fungus among us. We're gonna have to change the levels on this thing. It's a little high.
Yeah, I'll fix
It's
it.
a little low. Bring it down. All right. We put a studio fade on that. Okay, I'm fighting with my own song. And it's too much. It's too long. We need it. We need a studio fade like way sooner in that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I'll fix that.
All right, Deacon. Before we even start anything else, let me just tell you.
Yeah.
I fought with that. I like that song too. I love that song. And I fought with it so much trying to get it to work and change the lyrics and stuff. And I spent like an entire day like fighting back and forth on it. And then I was like, I'm gonna shift gears. And I pulled up my dark track. Well, I call it my dark track, but it's a very different version. And I started to really fall in love with that version. And then I made a music video.
Oh my God.
So
JJ's got a dark mix.
I love it.
From the Black Album.
Yeah. So maybe later I'll show you, maybe at the end of the show, maybe I'll show you my music video. And then you guys can leave a comment in the video. What do you think is the Poppy, I'm going to call it what's the restaurant in Friends, the coffee shop? What's that stop?
No, that's from Seinfeld. It was Central Perk.
Yeah, we'll call it the Central Perk kite. And then we have the Dark Squid Monster kite, and we'll see which ones you guys like better. You can hang overhead.
Central Perk cut. It sounds like Blink 182. I think we should call it like Blink 6. What's 182?
I mean, like for me, it's the Empire. It's the Tentacle Records kite because it's like that's the feeling that I went for that one was Empire Records.
We'll take your suggestions on the songs. Maybe we'll offer both up. We'll offer both for download on our Discord server. And then you come and listen to them, and we'll set up a tally on there.
Yeah,
and you can vote for it and tell us which one that you like the best, and then we'll go from there. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I really am falling in love with the Dark Squid Monster cut though, and I don't think you've listened to it as much as I have, but I
have. I've listened to it twice, and I know, but I like this other one for what it is. For its purpose. I like this one better. You like the other one because it's cool. All right,
it is cool.
But I'm excited about this because you're not a huge music person. And to watch you excited about making music and like this, because your brain's like my brain. This is why we get along, is because when we get fixated on something, it's like, and that's the only thing we get fixated on for the longest time. It's the only thing we think about forever. So, and I know you've gotten fixated on this, and I'm like,
I just like making stuff.
I know.
And I'm in a creative phase right now, and I think I'm doing this instead of writing the plot to my book and working in character designs because this is easier. So I'm hyper creative and also what's the word? Set it off. I'll just do it just a little while later. It'll just be a little while later. Procrastinating. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I forgot to do my bit. This is I'm JJ. That's Deacon. This is your Two Dads. We meet here every single morning, Monday through Friday at 8:00 on the dot. Not even a minute late. We drink coffee and we talk news, culture, politics, pop culture, comics, movies, TV shows, cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we do. You should hang out with us.
And we like to start the show with music.
Yes.
Almost a 30-year DJ. And I like to give you music to open and expand your mind. And since we were talking about you making music, I want to bring up this story that I came across yesterday. You know who T-Pain is, right?
T-Pain. Oh man, I like that dude. I like that dude.
I do too. And I wasn't a big T-Pain fan when he came out.
No, I can't name a single song, but I like him. Yeah, I've seen him do interviews and stuff.
I know that he was responsible for really pulling the auto-tune into mainstream. Auto-tune's been around for decades and decades, but with technology, it kind of came up, and he is he's not the greatest singer. I mean, he can sing some good songs, but
you don't need to be.
Yeah, you don't need to be. He is an unbelievable writer, though. Okay. And I read this story, and it had a really good line in this story that I just wanted to bring up because T-Pain says that he's written country songs for other artists, but he told them that he did not want to be put in there because he faced racial comments and stuff afterwards. And he's like, I don't want to have to deal with this. You know, when somebody reads that T-Pain wrote their favorite country song and they come up and, you know, they say some racist stuff, he said, I don't even want to have to deal with it. Don't put my name on there. Just give me the check. And he doesn't name anybody that he worked for, but he was like, good music is good music. I don't give an F where it comes from or what style it comes in. Country music is where I get all my harmonies. Country and gospel music. To me, that's where all my harmonies come from. He says, and he says down here, he says, yeah, good music is good music. It doesn't matter what genre. He says it some here. I write a lot for country music for huge country artists who would rather not have known that I do this, T-Pain says. He said it down here somewhere, but he basically had a really good clip that said, a really good quote that said, basically echoing that good music is good music. It doesn't matter what genre it's in, and don't hate on other genres just because it's maybe not your favorite genre. But music is music, and music heals. We're all vibrational frequencies, JJ, remember? Okay, so our songs this week, I just wanted to bring that up. JJ thinks I'm crazy. The
shows pause on Rumble
about Texas, and our song today was recorded 91 years ago.
What?
Yes, 1933. Gene Autry, the singing cowboy, and Jimmy Long recorded this. And if you type Jimmy Long into the Google, you're not going to get anything but a coach. Jimmy Long was Gene Autry. He married Gene Autry's niece. He worked on the railroad at the same time that Gene Autry worked on the railroad, and they both had basically the same background. They were singing on the railroad, played the guitar while they worked on the railroad, and Gene Autry became famous and pulled in Jimmy Long to sing. But this is a classic Texas song, The Yellow Rose of Texas. It's been done a billion times by a billion different artists, but the Gene Autry, Jimmy Long that was from 1933 is just, it's an excellent old recording with a violin. It's beautiful. So check that out and listen to a piece of recording 91 years ago. Cool, man. Did you
All right, cool. Awesome. I was checking. David said that the Rumble feed was dorked up, but it wasn't. It's not dorked up. So I'm just saying hello to everybody over there. No, you're good. And I'm going to remind everybody to check our Discord and come over and hang out on our Discord and ping me, and I'll let you and I'll make the two different cuts of our song available, and we'll figure out a way to get people to vote on that. But I made a music video, so I mean, you know, I got to be honest, I kind of love both. Let me ask you about your T-Pain story there. When he says he didn't want to face racist backlash, who is being racist to him? Is it the country music artist that's using his song? Is it the people listening to the song? Is it people that are in?
It never said in the article.
Yeah,
I thought that, and my best assumption, I mean, the most feasible, you know, is that it was country music fans that are
really
on social media, probably, and not
would they even know who he is?
Just a small portion of, because you know there's people out there that are
racist,
that are hardcore racist, and they can't keep their mouths shut. Everyone's a little racist. I don't care what color you are. The Chinese family, the black family, the white family, everybody's a little racist. You can't deny it. It happens in everyone's family. They know it. But these people they get on the social media and they say it. We see it everywhere. It's those people, I think. And I'm honestly like him.
I'm not sure.
Like, dude, if you leave my name off of this, am I still going to get the same amount of money? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, then leave my damn name off. I don't need the recognition. I'm one of those people that don't need recognition. It's odd as a radio DJ because radio DJs are the type of people that when they walk into a room, they start talking a little extra louder so that you recognize their voice, and you're like, "Hey, I know that." But
isn't that a great radio voice he has?
Me. I'm the radio guy that you never know was there because I don't talk and I stand in the corner. I don't. This is the most I ever talk.
Okay.
I'm show in the morning.
Honestly, me too. I use all my day's words right here.
Right here.
And then when I get home at night, my wife wants to talk. She talks, and I'm just like, that sounds really tough, dear. Hey guys that are not empathetic, here's a dad tip for you, or a pro tip for you being married.
Move your mic closer.
Is it really? Is it low?
You're just low.
Here's a pro tip for you guys that are married and you need to fight with your wife sometimes. A lot of times your wife is going to talk to you and she's going to tell you stuff and she does not want you to solve the problem. She doesn't want you to solve it. What she wants to hear, write this down. And that sounds really tough. That sounds really difficult.
Sucks.
Is
there anything I can do to help? No? Okay. Yeah. Let me know if there is.
Just that sounds difficult. Just say that. Literally just that sounds difficult. And don't smile while you're saying it. I do that. I get punched.
Yeah. I learned early on into my marriage with my ex-wife, I learned early on that when we argued about trivial things or had a bickering about trivial things, because I would stand my ground and she would stand her ground.
Mm-hmm.
It upset the balance for like a few days, right? But then I learned real quick that if I'm just like, you know what, honey, you're right. The balance was not upset. I really didn't lose anything,
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. You know what? The sky must be green and the grass is blue. Right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Does right now look like the time to throw the ball? I don't think so.
Ruby loves you.
Come on. All right, guys, let's talk about the news. Warning. The CDC says there's a deadly fungus among us. This is not a psyop. You are not being tricked to stay in your house and stuff masks in your mouth. This is the news. So YouTube, I am not telling you anything. I'm not putting there's no opinions here. No opinions. Just Breitbart News telling us that the Center for Disease Control warns of a rapidly spreading fungal infection with a 60% kill rate. 60% kill rate. That sounds real bad.
Well,
that sounds real bad.
COVID was like 90, right? I mean,
it was hold on.
Kicking.
No, we're not going to declare any facts about COVID.
I'm asking the question.
No fact. I have no idea. Yeah.
I have no idea.
The CDC says that the rapidly spreading fungal infection called Candida. Candida auris. Canada holds a 60% kill rate. The first confirmed infection of Candida auris occurred in Washington last month and has been rapidly spreading, especially in medical facilities. The CDC has warned that 1 in 3 patients infected with the fungus could die. 1 in 3. 60% kill rate, 1 in 3. Does that make sense to you?
No.
Doesn't make sense to me. 60% kill rate, 1 in 3. 1 in 3. Okay. Seattle and King County reported their. Oh, you're looking for something else? Seattle and King County reported their first confirmed case of the fungal infection last week. Kindred Hospital, Seattle, First Hill said the asymptomatic patients were being appropriately isolated from the rest of the patient population with extra clinical and cleaning precautions to prevent spread. The deadly fungus, not virus, not a virus, fungus, typically infects those with weakened immune system and is resistant to several common antifungal drugs. First appearing 15 years ago, the rates of Candida auris have soared in that time. In 2021, there were 2,377 confirmed clinical cases in the U.S., a staggering increase of over 1,200% since 2017. The CDC has warned that Candida auris can cause infections across the body, including the bloodstream, open wounds, and ears.
Of course. I think there's most of Candida or whatnot is caused by yeasts, isn't it?
I have no idea. I don't know. All I know is that you're supposed to get some duct tape and some plastic, tape yourself into your house, and not leave for 2 years.
Get a cork, bend over.
It's not, I mean, it's like I don't want anybody getting sick and dying, but how much faith do you have in CDC saying anything about anything? No opinion.
If I state my opinion, we get kicked off.
I know. Well, we're already not permitted to stream on Facebook. Somebody does have an opinion now, and he's a effing American hero, or Texas hero anyway. And that's Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton says Pfizer lied about the efficacy of the COVID vaccine, says it's less than 10%. Once again, let me just say this. I am not stating any facts. Attorney General of Texas is stating on his own accord, not mine, I'm merely reporting it, that he is stating that the Pfizer lied about the COVID vaccine and says it's not 90% effective. It's less than 10% effective. They claimed that it was 95% effective. Paxton said they never tested it because Congress gave them immunity from liability, which is true. Executive order, emergency authorization means that you took that vaccine, you cannot sue Pfizer if it was under an EO order. They never yeah.
Go ahead.
I know you didn't take the vaccine. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I haven't said that. Go ahead.
Congress gave them immunity from liability, so they had no incentive to test it. They tested it for a couple of days, and then they didn't really know, and they went with it, and they tested it live with us. When they started realizing that the results were not 95%, they were less than 10%, maybe as low as 1%, they started censoring people. Last year, Paxton announced a lawsuit against Pfizer, claiming that the company misrepresented the effectiveness of the COVID vaccine to its customers. Pfizer did not tell the truth about their COVID-19 vaccines, whereas the Biden administration weaponized the pandemic to force illegal public health decrees on the public and enrich pharmaceutical companies. I will use every tool I have to protect our citizens who were misled and harmed by Pfizer's actions. I'm going to tell you right now, I think that perhaps Ken Paxton is the scariest boogeyman to the federal government, because he keeps suing them and he keeps winning. They tried to have the Texas legislature's impeach him, and it fell off of him, and he just came right back, and he's suing them more. So I think about Ken Paxton is deep in the heart of Texas. Yeah.
No, I would really like to have a conversation about this and about this subject now that we're 4 years past. I would love to have a conversation, and you know how my brain goes. I'm not a sheep. I ask too many questions. I'm the person that asks so many questions it pisses people off, and they tell me to go away, son. You're bothering me. All right, son, you're bothering me.
Listen, your Scoop.
Yeah, that's why I'm Scoop. I ask so many damn questions. But the problem is having a discussion about this particular topic is we don't live in America where we have free speech. I mean, we do, and we can have a conversation, but due to the platforms that we use, it's almost like a communistic platform to where I have to keep my mouth shut, and we cannot have a conversation about this topic, because if we do, there is a possibility that the platforms could shut us down. So, I mean, technically we do have free
probability,
speech, but
they probably will.
90%, 99% of the majority of the free speech is on a platform that censors you. Is it really free speech?
Right.
So I have a lot of opinions on this topic. If people want to talk to them, they can join our Discord server, and I will talk to you about my opinions on the topic, but I'm not going to do it on the show.
Actually,
every time in the past, I have said something about my opinions, we have gotten kicked off of something. So I just keep my mouth shut.
Can't we get censored on this topic?
I mean, it's literally been like 5 or 6 times.
It's been 3 for sure. No, one was because I played a video of a guy in a fist fight, so I got a community warning for that. But then I've gotten 2 medical misinformation strikes.
Medical misinformation strikes.
Which, how do you know what's medical misinformation when the actual information is also not true? I don't know. How do you know?
Aha. Aha.
All right.
What movie is that from, JJ?
I don't know. I don't know.
Come on.
I haven't watched The Princess Bride in a while. That is a good movie. Oh my gosh. How old should my kids be before I let them watch that movie?
Now.
While they're 5 and 6?
Love it.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Lily might be scared of the eels. Talk to your wife about it.
Ruby, take a note for me. Remind me to let the kids watch Princess Bride. I think we have it on DVD.
Great one.
Deacon, prepare to be. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. I was just going to shock you with criminal stuff.
Where did I put it? I'm going to shock you with one right here, JJ. I don't think you've seen this because it didn't pop up. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's Zelensky. We'll get to that one. Where is the dang story? I might have put it in the wrong spot. Go ahead and go to yours, and I'll find the story. I really thought I put it right here. I think I posted the wrong link.
Delete this. Let's see if I can upload. Hang on. Bear with me, folks. Is it here? Yeah.
This is one of them mornings, man. Things ain't working good. If you want to go over to our Discord server and you can peruse it like we are right here trying to find where we posted the...
Oops. Oh no. What have I done? Let me look at what I did. I put a thing here. Don't look at that. That's embarrassing. Okay, I got it fixed. All right. Back to the news. Guilty disgraced ex-Baltimore attorney Marilyn Mosby convicted of mortgage fraud. Oh my gosh, a Baltimore district attorney, a political criminal, summarily convicted of mortgage fraud. I bet you this is a Republican. We'll find out. I bet. The disgraced former Baltimore district attorney Marilyn Mosby sobbed in court Tuesday as she was convicted of mortgage fraud, a verdict that could carry decades in prison. The Democrat served in office from 2015 until she lost her job in 2022. Oh, she's not a Republican criminal. She's a Democrat. After being indicted on perjury and mortgage fraud charges related to the withdrawal of funds from the city's deferred compensation plan. Oh, this woman doesn't know how to do anything right. She stole the city's money, and now she's done mortgage fraud. Prosecutors believe that in May 2020, Mosby took advantage of the CARES Act, the first coronavirus relief bill, by seeking a $40,000 withdrawal from her city retirement account. Reported the Baltimore Sun. Though she blamed the withdrawal on financial setbacks and supposedly suffered due to the pandemic, Mosby's salary had actually increased $10,000 to a total of $248,000 that year, according to the local publication. So she steals money, does fraud, and lies about it. According to her indictment, Mosby received $36,000 from the retirement compensation account and then put it towards purchasing a rental property in the Orlando, Florida area. But prosecutors say that in purchasing the property, yeah.
Read this whole story.
Well, I was shocked. I really thought it was a political criminal. I thought it was going to be a Republican. Turns out it was a Democrat.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's okay. Here's the story. It was right in front of my face the whole time. I didn't even see it. I just think you need to listen to this. This is a here. It speaks for itself. Here you go.
¿Tiene derecho para votar?
Que entramos ilegal, por lo menos tenemos acceso a votar.
¿Para quién se va a votar?
Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down.
Aquí. Yo creo que la mayoría Biden.
Él es el que nos está ayudando por Biden.
Por supuesto que por Biden.
Le gusta apoyar a los migrantes. Sí, es muy buena persona. No,
Very good
Trump
person.
es otra cosa, ese es otra cosa y este es otra cosa.
¿Tiene derecho para votar?
So these people are being told that because they're here on asylum that they get to vote.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They all believe they're going to get to vote. and they're all voting for Biden. Exactly what we said one of the giant squid monster predictions could be.
I mean, that's exactly, we talked about it. It can't be clearer. Democrats are bringing a bunch of people into the country that don't even speak English in many cases, definitely don't know anything about America, politics, history. They don't know anything about policy. They don't know anything. They're just people from other countries looking for opportunity. They're bringing them here and they're saying, vote Democrat. You're not even allowed to vote, but vote Democrat anyway. We don't care. We Democrats don't care if you get in trouble for voting Democrat. We just want that Democrat tally to go up. Oh, voter fraud. He's voter fraud. We may have to put him in jail. They don't care. They just want to win.
They just want the initial, and then they'll deal with the aftermath.
They do not care about you. They don't care about you. Do the Republicans care about you? No, not really. Not really.
You know, another story that we really haven't talked about was Tucker Carlson is over in Russia, and he's going to interview Putin. And, and he might have already done. He's not on there, but there supposedly is, and I've heard this on some reliable news sources. So take it with a grain of salt. That Tucker now has been put on the Ukrainian kill list. That President Zelensky actually started. So there's a lot of people that are saying if this is the truth, then we're done sending money, because Tucker is a news reporter and Tucker
is a national treasure is what Tucker is.
He's trying to get to the bottom of things. He's not owned by anybody.
He's the only guy out there that's being honest. I mean, look,
him and Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan's just a dumbass pot smoker asking questions like me. Well, why?
Why are we doing this?
Why?
Yeah. So for 2 years now, we've been handing money to Ukraine so that they could fight Russia's invasion. And not one journalist has ever been like, excuse me, Putin, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why? Because the answer is, NATO is encroaching on our territory. That's the reason why Putin was doing this. NATO is encroaching on this territory, and they want to get access to the warm water ports and all of that stuff.
I want to see I know you got several other stories here.
We got so much stuff here.
Yeah, let's go and finish these political stuff, because I got some cool stuff I want to tell you about.
Let's see.
Entertainment stuff. But I plan on watching this thing. I'm interested.
For sure. You can go to tuckercarlson.com. You can he gives a defense of going to
letting him have it on the Talking Heads. Have been letting him have it.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is your high value source that you got this information from Cat Turd on Twitter?
No, I don't think it was.
Okay. Juanita Broderick is the one that is saying that, bro, Zelensky.
No, I heard this on the radio newscast. I initially heard it on the radio newscast. Yeah, from a NBC or Fox or whatever.
If for real, if Zelensky is putting a mark on Tucker Carlson, I will say fuck Zelensky and all of Ukraine. I don't care about your country at all, y'all.
I don't know if it's true or not. That's just what I have already heard and seen. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We talked about this. Let's talk about this. Did you ever watch The Black Adder? The Black Adder.
No, that was one of those shows that's been on my list of you should watch The Black Adder. I never watched The Black Adder.
You've never watched The Black Adder? Oh my God.
I'm serious. That's always been on one of mine. That's like, you need to watch that show because that's one you've never watched. Like this SG, what's the Stargate undersea?
Atlantis?
Maybe.
Or whatever it was.
Was it Sequest?
No. That's a different show altogether. That's in a submarine.
Maybe a different show. That was one that I always.
Sequest?
One like that.
Sequest was not so great.
Some shows like that I've always wanted to watch in Blackadder.
Stargate Universe was awesome. Anyway, yeah. So this Blackadder's where I watched Rowan Atkinson, though he's probably most famous for his character Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean apparently is responsible for slow electrical vehicle sales. I don't know how that's possible. Yeah. Rowan Atkinson blamed for slow EV sales. English comedy icon Rowan Atkinson. Let me just tell you, if you guys have not seen Blackadder, you should go watch Blackadder. That show is from like the 1980s or something. Hilarious. It's so good. If you're 14, now you're 40, maybe it's not as funny unless you're perhaps a
no, my sense of humor is a 14-year-old.
Yeah,
so
yeah, right. Yeah, unless you're a middle-aged person with a immature sense of humor, in which case it's back to being just hilarious.
I sent a meme of Beavis and Butthead to Alex just yesterday. It said something about a butt. It was Butthead drawn as Bob Ross, and he was like, "I'm gonna draw a picture of a butt right here," and we just giggled because we're both 14.
English comedy icon Rowan Atkinson, forever applauded for his on-screen creation of Mr. Bean, has been blamed for damaging the reputation of electric vehicles and contributing to slow sales simply for expressing his opinion on the future or lack of it. Yeah.
Okay. What I have learned is that the people in England, whenever anybody voices their opinion, they basically put them in the freaking tower.
Yeah. If you have an opinion that goes against the Squid Monster agenda, you get put into the no-go zone. He expressed his opinion, and then they titled the article "I love electric vehicles and was an early adopter, but increasingly I feel duped." Now, most people will read the headline only, and that's all they read. So people read that headline, and then
is that Rowan Atkinson's problem, or is that the public's problem?
Yes. Well, it's his problem because he's being blamed.
If he explains why, and they only read one sentence, whose problem is that?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
All right.
That's correct.
Just pointing out things here.
Yeah.
That people tend to look over. People do not take responsibility for their own actions these days. They want to blame it on anyone and anything else.
Oh, I have a tweet thread here on a different topic, but I don't want to go through it all. Let's just let me just summarize.
TLDR.
Yeah, here we go. We've been talking a lot about aviation since you and I are such experts on airplanes and air travel, and I mean, I've personally never built a vehicle that the door fell off of it while I was driving. That I just haven't done that. So I guess I'm an expert in not failing in that way. And we've been talking about diversity in hiring in these highly technical jobs of like air traffic controller and pilot. And we're setting aside exclusively merit-based hiring for, making sure that people in the cockpit that you never see look proportionately like you. And let's see. Let me get to that. Let me just, if I can get to this.
Say, where are we going with this?
Yeah. A second source, a pilot that this writer, Matt Walsh. Oh, this is Matt Walsh. This is from Matt Walsh of Daily Wire. A second source, a pilot I've confirmed works at Delta, tells me that Delta has recently promoted a trans-identifying pilot who repeatedly received bad reviews from captains. According to the source, this pilot would likely not have survived probation if he were not trans. So, put yourself mentally into an airplane, and then you're looking at the door to the cockpit of the airplane, and the door's closed, and you're looking at the door, and you know that on the other side of that door, there's supposed to be two highly qualified pilots. And then if somebody said there are two pilots, one of them is a man that thinks he's a woman.
Right.
Are you getting off the plane? Are you getting off the plane right then?
No, I'm not getting off the plane right then.
No,
because I didn't get on the plane in the first
place. There's a person with mental illness in the cockpit Get off the plane. Do not get on the plane. If you see a dude in a pilot uniform and a skirt, get off the plane.
I have been in planes. I've been on the big 747 with 3 seats, a row, 4 seats, a row, and 3 seats. All right. Flew to Hawaii, 12 hours. You know, I think it was about a 12-hour flight. I've been in the little planes. I've been in a 4-seater puddle jumper.
Yeah.
All right. I've flown. My time in flying is done. I'm one of those people that if God would have intended me to fly, he would have put wings on my ass.
Right.
Okay. I'm good on the ground.
Yeah.
So,
you can pretty much drive everywhere you need to get to.
I don't want to go anywhere.
That's also true.
And the places that I do want to go and would like to visit, I'm not flying 18 hours to see a castle in London and turn around and come home because I really don't want to see anything else.
Yeah. Right.
You know? So.
All right.
I know we're going to have to skip some stories here.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the Satanists?
Real quick.
Arizona Satanists.
I wanted to know about this story.
A Democrat senator promotes Satanism in the Arizona state capitol. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got video too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Juan Mendez shows his support for worshiping the devil as he proudly honors and welcomes Satanists and their satanic ministry to the Senate today. This better not be long.
I would like to introduce a group of Arizonans, some from my district, but they have membership all across the state. They are here today to confront the arbitrary, tyrannical authority of religious persecution that's scheduled for government committee later on today. Today, members, I want to introduce you to members. We are graced with the presence of ministers and members of the Satanic Temple of Arizona. Please stand today. They're at the Capitol today to fight for the rights of their more than 12,000 members of their denomination and the rights of free speech and free exercise of all Arizonans. The temple practices non-theistic Satan.
This is just he's just making a mockery of actual religious faith.
And first of all, you can't hear his masked ass anyway. At first, I was like, maybe JJ needs to turn this up, and you turned it up, and I'm like, oh no, the dumbass is talking through a mask.
You need to, bro. It's not good enough.
Down here.
It's not good enough.
Those aren't directional microphones. You got to hold that shit right to your mouth.
It's not good enough to put the mask on your face. You also have to have another one in your mouth to absorb the saliva. So 2 masks, one stuffed in your mouth. You can hold that in there with a gag ball, and then another mask on top of that so that people don't know you have a gag ball holding a mask in your mouth.
I got you one, JJ.
All right,
I come across this one from it's a Kentucky story, but I was wanting to ask your opinion on this.
Okay.
Because I have a very, very, very unpopular opinion on this.
Okay.
So this story was this Kentucky school district has decided to they had a genius school board member that said, man, I love the Super Bowl. And don't it suck that it happens on Sunday and then, you know, you're really tired if the game goes late. You don't want to go into work, right?
Okay.
Well, what if the kids don't want to go to school that Monday? So what if...
Of course they don't.
What if we dump President's Day, because we're supposed to not go to school on President's Day, the national holiday? What if we go to school and ignore President's Day and then take Super Bowl Monday off and let everybody, wouldn't that be cool? And all of these fucking people said, yeah, that's cool. Let's do that. So this school, Paris City Schools, Super Bowl Sunday, if Super Bowl Sunday goes into overtime and rolls into what are calling Super Bowl Monday, those kids won't have, they've got the day off.
I'll tell you what, I'll meet them halfway. Why don't we just not have President's Day be a federal holiday? That'd be fine. Have there ever been any good precedents?
Make the Super Bowl a federal holiday.
Well, that's what he's trying to do.
The Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday all be a federal holiday. Because, like I said, I have a very unpopular opinion on this.
Okay, what's yours?
Most people are huge NFL fans and are fans of the NFL, and that's fine. I used to be a fan of the WWF. I completely understand the allure. Okay, but when we are disrupting our already stupid ass education system for a football game,
Yes.
are we doing the kids justice by giving them the day off, or are we not giving, because we're already not giving them an education? And you say, oh, Andy, you're not, we're giving them an education. Old Deacon, sorry, I use my real name. Oh, Deacon, we're not giving the kids, we are giving the kids an education. Oh, we are. Okay, let me just show you. There's a guy that I watch all the time. And this one comes from TikTok. I've seen this. I haven't seen this one. I watched this one this morning. But here, this is just an example of our education system. All right, let me make sure it's got the volume all the way up. You need to hear this. About a minute long.
Great Wall of China is in. What country the Great Wall of China is in?
Country?
Yeah. If you had to guess.
Japanese?
Yes. How many days of the week end with the letter Y?
One day. And is the 5 days out the week? Except for Thursday?
Do you know what two countries border the USA?
No.
Like what's on top of us and what's below us?
Isn't the North Pole below us?
Yeah. And what else?
And, what is above us? Is it Europe? Because...
Is that your guess?
Yes, that's my guess.
Yes. You just guessed? That's insane. If you have a job and you make $10,000 a month and you work for an entire year, then how much money did you make at the end?
Okay, ask me that again.
You make $10,000 a month and you work for a year. How much money did you make?
I don't know.
Around how much money? Take a guess.
I don't know, mister.
Give me your best guess.
Fucking $1,000.
1,000? Yes.
Bitch is confused between the number 1 and 120. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why our country is the way that it is.
So anyway, how about,
and he always goes, yes. Did you just get?
Yeah. Oh, you got that.
He's
I can't believe you got that right.
I love watching those. It just displays how it displays our education system.
There's never been a man on the street video where the people interviewed looked smart. It's never happened.
Well, it's all in the form. It's all in the magic of editing.
Yeah,
because I can take you and make you say things with if I've
sure.
got the right
or you just find you just ask 10 people questions and you find the 5 dumbest ones.
It's not that. It's the fact that they are out there, and it's the fact that he just don't have one video. He has hundreds,
right?
And they're all different people.
Well, I say cancel President's Day. We don't need that. That's garbage. And don't let kids stay home after the Super Bowl. Send them to school, but make them play football that day.
Right. That'll work.
It's fine.
I've got some sciencey story for you here. I don't know if this is AI, but it's not really AI. So you can't hit the thing. But you know of the CERN Super Collider, right?
Yes, it's going to end the world for us. Have they turned that thing on yet?
Well, there's I got some conspiracy theory CERN Super Collider on, but whatnot. So anyway, in the CERN Super Collider, it's if y'all don't know what it is, it's a large hadron collider. Is the most complex single machine in the world. Okay, it's okay. So it takes magnets, superconductive magnets, and it keeps them underground, and it cools them to just above absolute zero. Absolute zero is the freezing point where all molecules stop moving, stop vibrating, stop moving, stop everything. We call it absolute zero. So these magnets are kept just above absolute zero, and then they have this tube that they shoot these protons and particles at near the speed of light, and they smash into each other and they find stuff. And we found there's been like 3,000 different papers that's been published since the CERN Super Collider came on. Some people think we went into a different dimension, an alternate dimension. We found the Higgs boson particle that we had no clue this thing existed. And the Higgs boson particle basically makes up everything. They called it the God particle for a long time, but now they think that there's stuff even that makes up the Higgs boson particle that they're trying to find. But there's a limit to what the Large Hadron Collider can do. So what they're doing is they're trying, and the Large Hadron Collider is like almost 17-mile radius. like 27 kilometers. They're wanting to build a bigger one.
Okay.
90 kilometers, 56 miles, built twice as deep. If approved, it will begin construction in early the 2030s, start smashing electrons in 2040s, and move to smashing protons, they believe, in the 2070s. I don't know if it will be here in the 2070s. But the goal is to try
I won't be.
No, I probably won't either. The goal is to try to find evidence of what dark matter and dark energy is. Dark matter and dark energy is just, we don't know. Let's call it dark. That's basically what it is. All right. So they're trying to figure it out. It's going to have a $15 billion Swiss francs, about $17.2 billion. All right.
That seems like a good investment.
People, thank you. Don't you think so?
I think let's take all the French money and put it in a hole underground.
No, seriously. We're trying with the Large Hadron Collider has helped us discover things that we didn't know. And something like this that can work better than the Large Hadron Collider would also help us discover things that we don't know. So instead of pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into a war that kills people, I think $15 billion to try to discover shit that and people are saying, well, we don't know if we're going to discover this or not. We didn't know what the Higgs boson particle was when they started building the Large Hadron Collider, but we did, and we found this thing and we're like, holy crap, what is this?
Mrs. JJ brought me a copy Rupo.
Ooh, nice.
I win.
Nice.
I win. Hey,
So
let me
that
ask
was
you
pretty
this.
cool. I thought
Like,
that was kinda cool,
I
man.
understand why we're building it on Earth, because that's where we're at, and that's where we can get to and stuff. But like in the worst case scenario is that you turn this thing on and it opens a dimension to hell and a demon crawls through.
That's already been postulated when CERN started. I remember hearing those stories and whatnot. There is a very, very, very intelligent autistic kid that I watch his videos. I can't think of his name right now. He is so freaking intelligent, this kid, and he does these videos that they film him talking about stuff, and he is like every physicist ever into one person. It's like he knows he's a freaking teenage kid. All right.
Yeah.
And he has a theory on what happened when they did this at CERN. That his theory is that it opened up, it jumped us to the adjoining dimension where everything is almost the same, but little things are different. It's, the adjoining dimensions are the farther out you get, the more it's the same, but different. So that was his theory. It's just a theory from a kid. All right.
Yeah.
So, but it's very interesting to listen to.
I've heard that people are concerned when they turn these hadron colliders, these particle things on. I heard that one concern is like, oh, well, you're doing this, but you might create a microscopic black hole, a microscopic, super dense, like micro black hole. And then their rationale was like, well, even if we do, it's okay because that will just fall to the center of the Earth. What happens if you keep doing that?
We don't even know what a black hole is. The only thing we know that a black hole is what they've guessed and told us. We have no clue. We've made an educated guess and spread that, and everybody says that's a fact. It's not a fact. It's a guess. It's like that term dark matter a minute ago. They were looking in space and they were like, man, what's all that stuff? I don't know. Well, let's call it dark matter because we don't know what it is.
Their math is wrong and they can't figure out where stuff is at, and so the stuff they can't figure out, they're like, oh, it must be dark matter.
That's what we've
97% of whatever.
That's part of being human is to learn and to experiment and grow, and that's what this larger the future something collider is what they're calling.
My question was originally, doesn't it like, I realized that we can make this thing because we can dig a hole and we can like stick magnets in the ground and like it's very complicated work. Doesn't this seem like something that we could like maybe make in space or mine the materials for it from asteroids and make it like way the fuck over there, not in our backyard, and turn this thing on like in an asteroid belt?
We couldn't get a 60-mile freaking circle floating above our Earth. It'd be pelted.
Go make it out.
Junk that's floated in space. We couldn't do that. It would cost $100 trillion to do it in space.
Sounds like an economic stimulus to me.
Oh my God, we need to stop talking about
whatever. Hey, Ricochet, good morning. One of my favorite countries, Japanese. Yes, sir. Japanese is one of my favorite countries too. I've been in Japan once. I was broke. I was a connecting flight from South Korea back to America. I had no cash in my pocket, landed in Japan, and they're like, oh, you're going to be here for 5 hours. And I was like, I'm hungry. I ain't got no cash. I guess I'm just going to sit here. Because this was back in the 90s. You can't just stick your ATM card and stuff in the 90s. It was like I hope you had some cash and then exchanged it at the exchange so that you could use cash in Japan. Didn't have that, so I was broke. That's my Japan.
Are you still a Disney? You're not a Disney Plus. Sorry, we got a short time. I want to get to these last two stories.
Yeah.
You're not a Disney Plus subscriber, are you?
Nope. I have kids, bro. I got kids. It doesn't matter what Disney has done. They need to watch princess cartoons.
We dropped the Disney 2 because they went up in price, and I did not watch it enough for the price that I was paying. I have other ways to get things that are on Disney that I want to watch. Arr, matey. But in this story, Disney, out of Variety, Disney Plus drops 1.3 million subscribers amid the price hike, and the streaming loss shrinks by $300 million.
Yeah,
300 million. So Disney took a big hit there, but they are. It's not phasing them, JJ, because they are investing $1.5 billion in Fortnite's makers Epic Games to build this Disney. They hesitated to use the word metaverse because of the negative connotations with that, but it's basically going to be a digital universe where you can go to Neverland or Arendelle or the jungle or wherever, the desert in Marvel. And
wow.
So that's actually, from a video game player standpoint and a video game fan, that's pretty cool, man. But
we didn't we don't often cover like revenue stories on here, but like Disney lost billions on the streaming service over the last year or two. They have lost a giant amount of money. There's nobody that's none of these streaming services are profitable except I think Netflix. The rest of them are money sinks. They're money holes. And here they're shedding users. So because they're losing users, they're raising the rate, the price per month to try to cover the costs or whatever. Oh no, Disney, I feel so sorry for you. Stop propagandizing my kids.
All right, that's all my stories today.
Biff, I don't care about Fortnite. I guess, and it's not Fortnite. It's like they're making a fake Disney thing.
When it first came out, we downloaded it and played it, and then I stopped playing it because I was used to playing first-person shooters like Battlefield and whatnot. And Battlefield actually has mechanics like bullet drop, and when you put different items on your gun, accessories on your gun, it affects the way that it shoots. So I like that. And you had, bullet drop. Fortnite had bullet drop on a couple of guns, but like the sniper rifle where the bullet drop would be was like shoot, instant, boom, dead. No matter how far away across the map you were. So
poor physics. This Disney persistent game universe kind of looks like a digital version of what Universal Studios is doing. Have you guys seen let me pull this up. I think it's called Epic Universe. And this is not a video game. This is like an actual thing that that Universal Studios is doing to in Florida or whatever. Check this out, y'all. Epic Universe. There's the picture. Universal Studios is making this place called Epic Universe, where you walk through these portals and you end up in different parts of their actual park. So there's like a Super Mario Brothers portal that takes you to an entire Super Mario Brothers part of the park. And then there's a Harry Potter, like a portal to Harry Potter, and takes you to the Harry Potter, like whatever Harry Potter stuff. It's cool. They have the Dark Universe portal that takes you to where all the Frankenstein, Dracula, werewolf, whatever that lake monster is. I don't know what it is. There's a How to Train Your Dragon thing. This where's they had a picture of a map. Let me do this. They had a picture of a map of what it looks like overall, and the place that they're building looks like the map. Is this? No. So that Disney story looks like, oh, we're going to make a digital version of what Universal Studios is actually making. They are actually making a place where you can travel to different areas and experience different, like, different
Universal
big
Studios
things.
in Florida. I've never been to, and I've always wanted to go, but everyone that has went has told me to go during the month of October. You go during the month of October, and Universal Studios in Florida, they used to do this. They might still do this. You can go to the park during the day and go to all the different things, the Jurassic Park, the Marvel, or the superheroes, or whatever it was, for the Universal Studios. And then the park closes in the afternoon for a couple of hours, and it opens back up at night in the month of October. And it's different. It's a different park experience because the bad guys have taken over. Like,
oh, really?
In Jurassic Park, it's like the dinosaurs have gotten out, and the villains have taken over in the superhero stuff. So and there's like a big parade with this freaking guy in this carriage with these black horses, and he's all,
that sounds rad.
It sounds awesome. And I've seen video and stuff of it. You can look at the video and stuff of it on YouTube and whatnot, but I've had buddies that go down there and they say, if you're going to Universal Studios, go in the month of October because you get that extra,
well, like, I haven't been like a big theme park, like, I don't care about that in decades, but I do think it would be cool to go like Harry Potter, because I liked those Harry Potter movies and like the Diagon Alley and all of that. And I think that would be like a fascinating experience for my kids. My wife read them. No,
I read them twice. They're excellent. Excellent.
Oh, I know they are. Man,
really good.
J.K. Rowling is based too.
And
she knows that women are women.
And I had a buddy. I had a D&D playing buddy. My 6'8" football player buddy was like, dude, you need to read these Harry Potter books. They're really good. And that's no lie. He's like,
I bet it's not.
Released book 3. And I'm like, okay, I'll read these things. They were good. He was right.
All right. All right, Deke, let's tell a joke, and then I'm going to play my music video for you for the dark version of the Squid song. Is that okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
I guess so. Hey, let me ask you this, Deke. What did the vampire bring to the prom? What did the vampire bring to the prom?
I don't know.
It's a weird question. His ghoul friend. Hold on. Let me just.
Nope,
that's this one. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Let me try this again. What do you call a husky on the equator? What do you call a husky on the equator?
I don't know.
Hot dog. Yes. Okay.
What has 5 toes but isn't your foot?
I don't know. Somebody else's
My
foot.
Yeah, you got it.
I got one. Yes. All right.
Finally at 1.
Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, in lieu of our normal outro, and by the way, thanks for hitting like and subscribe right down there at the bottom of the video, bottom of the page. In lieu of our normal outro, I'm going to play the music video for Squid Monster. Let's do it.
J and D come an unlikely pair. Autodidact, skeptic, and radio DJ with flair. Weekday morning, coffee, news stories, and thoughts. Preparing for the day when AI runs amok. UFOs than I ever need. From Pluto to Eagle Pass, they're out there. You realize mainstream media, they're just feeding us lies. Tentacles around your brain. Squid monster is driving you insane. Can't you see they're playing with our minds? Truth is out there, we're gonna find out this time. Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teats. Tune in now to your Two Dads show. JJ and Deacon, they're the ones that know. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Conspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, 2024. The name of the house band is the Suckers. I decided that yesterday.
That's what we are.
Yeah,
Suckers.
the Suckers. Now why are we No. Sorry. I had to get rid of it. I can't. Okay. Well, I don't know how to get this thing to go away. Bye, everybody.